When you think of bad government policy killing old people in nursing homes, obviously you think of the state of New York and the former governor who left his job not because of what he did in the nursing homes, but because he said something naughty to someone who worked for him, apparently one time maybe. But it wasn't just New York. It turns out it was Michigan, which may have been worse than New York. A new report from Michigan's Office of the Auditor General found the state has been misreporting the number of deaths in long-term care facilities. The COVID death count in those facilities is 42% higher than the state reported. Now, why do we know this? No one seemed interested in getting these numbers. Charlie LeDuff, a former New York Times reporter who's been covering Michigan independently for years, was one of the only reporters pushing to get to the actual truth of this story. Now that we have it, he joins us tonight. Charlie, congrats on getting to the bottom of this. Finally, what do we know now?
Let's see, in a nutshell, we know this. Michigan is New York. What Cuomo did, Whitmer followed. Real quick, right? Some proportion. New York's got 20 million people. Michigan's got 10 million people. New York's got 60,000 COVID deaths. Michigan's got 30,000 COVID deaths. New York lied about its nursing home numbers. It really has 16,000 deaths. We lied. It's really 8,000. We're just half the size of New York. We undercounted by 42%. New York undercounted by 46%. That means we have thousands of dead people. Numbers represent people, and we did not account for them. And brother, let me go on here because now I'm really starting to feel this. We shut down schools. We shut down business. We shut down sports. We ruined the economy. To do what? To stop death. Of whom? The elderly. You know, the one that we all knew was the most vulnerable. And we lied about it. We made this disease, COVID, seem more virulent to the general society and more benign to people who live in these facilities. And it turns out 40% of all the deaths in Michigan are in these facilities. We blew it. Look, this is criminal, man. And somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to be fired.
So that is such an insightful point. They inflated the threat to the general population and minimized the threat to the people who actually were dying from it. Why? What?
Yeah. And you know what? I know conservative people. I come from them. They love their mother and father. I know liberals. I come from them. They love their mother and fathers.
Yeah.
I know children who haven't formed political leanings yet, and they love Nana. And you let this happen to her. It's a crime. And they lied, dude. You know what I went through to push the government to tell. I had to sue, and not one media outlet joined me on it.
Well, how could, I mean, that's a whole nother story, but just in 2 sentences, why are you the only journalist in the entire state of Michigan who is interested in getting to the bottom of this?
To me, I deal in the truth, and this society.
All right. Unfortunately, I think Charlie LeDuff just lost his mic. But you see the point. It just took one person who was interested and aggressive to get to the truth. And that matters. The truth does matter.